allegations have been leveled against France, but Macron continues to unashamedly engage with African countries. Now, when he does this in this African country, he goes to another African country to partner. And it's sad that our African leaders engage Macron. They partner with Macron. I think the last one was Ghana. Ghana went on to partner with Macron. These African leaders just go out there, sell out. But that's, by the way, now in 2025, August 2025, a French spy was caught in Mali. Mali and France have a long history, and we're going to talk about that. Mali get independence from France in 1960, but that independence was just in paper because France still maintained deep military, economic, intelligence, partnership, and deals in Mali. They were still very much in charge, right? And we know how these guys operate. It's not something to even be shocked about. They pretend to care, pretend to want to help you fight against insecurity, but behind the scene, they are propelling the war and benefiting from it. They live off the war. You know, this whole thing started in 2013 when Mali actually called on France to help them fight against the jihadist groups. We've talked about this story earlier, how that this different fractions rose up in Mali. We talked about the jihadist groups, the insurgent groups, the Tuareg rebels, how they came to be in our previous story. Then came military coups in 2020, 2021. Assimi Goïta took over, and then he realized, why do we actually need France here? He kicked France out of Mali, took over everything, and even when France tried to retaliate, sanction them, he didn't flinch. He didn't give a hoot about what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do, just leave my country. That was what Assimi Goïta wanted. Now, last year, 2025, they discovered, because honestly, in Burkina Faso, we've discovered that after Captain Ibrahim Traoré kicked out France, they've been trying to, in one way or the other, come back. You know, the gold in Burkina Faso, what they've achieved over the years. And recently, we heard that Captain Ibrahim Traoré achieved millions of dollars from their gold. And this was what they wouldn't have achieved if France was there. And there were reports of attempted coup against Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We know this. And also against Assimi Goïta. So Assimi Goïta knew that France was bad news. He chased them out. After Mali expelled France military in 2022, France got upset. They didn't want to work with Mali anymore. Like I said, Mali didn't care. Just leave our land. But family, this is actually complicated because so many ask the question, do you think Mali is better off or they actually needed France in their country? Do you think all this war, the insurgents, these extremist groups, do you think it would have been better France was there to fight by them, or it's good that Mali is on their own because France was no good news? Now, this French intelligence agent, it was arrested on August 14, 2025, alongside 2 Malian generals and other military personnel, after authorities accused him of acting on behalf of French intelligence services and trying to mobilize political actors, civil society figures, and military officers against the government of Assimi Goïta. Now, what was France's response to this after this man was arrested? Their answer was that this man was trying to carry out a mission, a security cooperation mission, that France was not involved in any plan to destabilize Mali. That was what they said. But Mali refused to believe that. They held this man since last year. He remained in custody since August 2025. And this year, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison. I mean, I love that. So in response to this, because Mali still had that guy in custody, in September 2025, sent out all Malians, diplomats out of their country. France told them to leave their territory. Mali didn't bat an eyelid. They didn't flinch. They continued. They held that guy. France went on to cut ties, but Mali didn't care. And they went on to sentence that guy this year. I mean, that's bold. With everything France did, you think that Mali's going to flinch. But you know what? Mali said, no, I'm not interested. I want you out of my land. And this guy is going to face trial. And this trial held behind closed doors. Now, this man is identified as Yann Vizelia. This French intelligence agent with diplomatic status was sentenced to 20 years in prison for undermining state security. And he was also fined over $6,000 and banned from entering Mali for 20 years. I know what's interesting about this story. Not shocking because it's something they always do, is that two generals were also arrested alongside this Yanni guy, French spy, and other military personnel. This goes to show that they always look for someone inside to do the dirty job. And if you avail yourself, chose to be the sellout, they'll use you and dump you. That's what they've been doing. So family, what do you have to say about this story? I love the fact that Mali refused to submit to France. I mean, we saw this guy in our land trying to undermine our security, and you said you were not involved. Meaning what? We should allow him go because they cut ties and we should allow him go because... I love the fact that Mali did not care. They didn't bat an eyelid. Now, that guy has been sentenced as it should be. You know what? We as Africans cannot do this in their country. If they catch any African spying or doing anything that is suspicious, you know what they'll do? We know what they'll do. It's not today. We've seen it. We know what they can do. But when it comes to Africans, we should keep quiet because we're fools. I love what Assimi Goita did. And the fact that they still went ahead to sentence that guy. He actually deserves it if he's a spy. So what do you have to say about the story, family? Comment your thoughts. At some point and level, we need to start standing for ourselves as Africans. And because we don't, in so many instances, they feel that they can do to us what they feel like. But in cases where we arise, they'll be scared to try nonsense because they know that these guys are not joking. They aren't. And that is what Mali just proved to France, that if we catch you again in our country, we wouldn't take it lightly with you. Comment what you think about the story, family. And do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. And for more commentaries, download the Africa Diaspora News Channel app. Thank you for watching. My name is Lynient Akotonou.